Hey, good morning to you. It's a stupid Monday. Yeah, we got Chuck Liddell coming into the studio. Really fast, though, we got this guy, Eric, on instant feedback. You know, people are commenting about the show as we do it, and every once in a while they make a mistake, and that's okay. But when you send in the same instant feedback 100 times, that means you're basically banned from instant feedback because you're just taking up all the space. So now you got to figure out another way to send in your feedback.
Yeah.
And then he writes something stupid over and over again. And I'm embarrassed to say this and read this in front of Chuck Liddell, but I will. He writes, it's Eric O'Neill from Wareham, Massachusetts. You guys were talking about how it's okay today for females to go to the strip club and give strip club advice to guys, but if it were the other way around, all hell would break loose. Question, why would you want to go to a male strip club to begin with? And he sent it in 100 times. Eric, you're stupid.
You don't get the bit or don't get the gist of the conversation, guy.
Of course. It's hot. That's why we'd want to go.
We don't want to go to a male strip club. That's the whole point of what we were discussing, you idiot.
The point is, guys don't do that and wouldn't do that. And put in that hypothetical situation, it would be a catastrophe. We weren't saying that.
And that's what made the bit interesting.
What a dummy.
Because women can go around and just casually talk about their lesbian experiences, and no one's going to go, what? Oh, my God, what is wrong with you? Guys think it's hot.
Get him down here so Chuck Liddell could just
No, I got his address, and we're going to send Chuck Liddell to his house.
Yeah.
Why make the guy come to New York for his beating? Chuck will come to you.
Jay and Silent Bob just show up.
Right.
How you doing, Chuck?
Good. How you doing?
Good, man. Congratulations on the book.
Look at you with a book.
Oh, thanks.
We've had Chuck on the show many times, and this book looks like a great read. I haven't been able to start yet, but Jimmy has. And
I was perusing it. I left early last week because I was sick. And it's great. It's really like the opening line is just about how people, the most common question they ask you is about what's it like to walk down the street and not be afraid of anything. So it's just like, it starts off interesting immediately. Mm-hmm. And there's a great line here I wanted to ask you about. Because do you really dislike Tito Ortiz?
I'm not a big fan of his. No.
It really comes across.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's.
What page, Jimmy? I want to enjoy this.
On page 179. It's right after. There's a great color photo section in here. And where the hell is it? I should have marked it. It's something about.
Before you get to that,
I got highlighted one.
How old are you right here as a wrestler?
As a sophomore in high school. I can't believe my sister gave that picture.
Oh, man, yeah, look at some of these pictures. That's
You're
great.
Embarrassed by that picture, I'm assuming.
We were forced to wear those, yeah.
It's the typical high school wrestling get-up.
The next year we got to lose the
But the point I'm going to make, as a sophomore, you look like a badass. Who looks like a badass as a sophomore in high school?
Dude, I wouldn't fight him when he had the little Boy Scout hat on. There's a picture of Chuck before. It's actually he's like a cute kid. And if you just saw this picture of any kid, you wouldn't think anything. He's just a cute little boy with a little yellow thing and a Boy Scout hat.
Sure.
And there's another picture
He
of him.
turns into Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, it's like, wow, that little boy right there made a living putting his fist into people's jaw. You can never, look at the kid and realize what the adult is going to be like.
Well, he's got the death stare as a kid. How old are you there?
Man, I don't know.
It even says
I'm pretty young.
Maybe
5 or 6. It says the Iceman death stare, and it says I was born with it. I mean, you look really scary as the 5 or 6-year-old even.
Like little Damien.
I don't know about that.
There's a picture of it. It's cute because you got 2 cute little kid pictures, and then you turn 2 pages, and he's in the middle of what looks like a homicide. And it's him pounding on Randy Couture. It's a really, really great bloody photos in this color section, man. It's really good.
But getting to the Ortiz, I'm sorry, we went off on a little tangent there.
It never pays to mouth off, and I immediately knew who this one was going to be about. The opening line, and this is where Chuck kind of veils the fact that he's not crazy about Tito, but I read through it. I'm not sure why Tito is afraid to fight me, but wouldn't hesitate to fight Randy. Maybe he felt he had to fight, or else he'd be even more of a joke as champ than he already was. That's kind of insightful to the fact that you're not really looking at him as a legitimate champion. And you're not really a crap talker. What is it about him that just?
Well, he makes a living off running his mouth, and then if you're running your mouth and you're fighting anybody, they'll throw at you. Fine, but if you're running your mouth and picking and choosing fights. I don't like it. I don't care. I don't care about a guy that runs his mouth. If you're willing to fight anybody they put in front of you, go ahead, run your mouth. If you back it up, go right ahead.
No, Chuck, that's just like what we do. with our radio show.
Is it?
And then we take on some other radio guys, and they talk a good game, but then when it comes to us, they, whatever, we'll get into it in our book someday, but I was able to relate to that big time.
At least it doesn't end with us getting our faces punched in, though.
Yeah, good
That's
point.
always nice. There's not much blood involved in radio wars.
That would be funny at the end of the radio war if, like, one radio guy was on the ground and just a guy like him with a mohawk and 2 tattoos on his head is putting his heel in your jaw.
We've always welcomed, just to explain, radio wars with everybody out there. But then you fight with some guys, and then they play dirty little games behind the scenes, and they don't actually take you on the airwaves.
Right,
and that's why I can relate to what you're saying, because I stopped my point there.
I mean, it's just that's it's being a pussy,
right?
To me, I mean,
so basically, we're saying we're the Chuck Liddell of radio, the Opie and Anthony show. So that we're in good company.
You look good, man. I walked in, I saw Chuck in the dressing room, and it's like I've never seen you this awake at like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
The way everything was set up, I left at 11:30 from home. So basically, I slept till about 11. Went to the airport. Then because we flew out at 1:30, so I had to leave at 11:30. So then I got here. Basically, I sleep on planes because I get bored. Even if I'm not tired, I'll sleep on a plane because I just can't sleep.
Yeah, I call it time machining.
Yeah, I can't.
You just go to sleep
that long.
You end up where you want to go, and it seems like no time has passed.
Yeah,
love that.
So I woke up for a little bit, 8, and then I went back to because I was here at 11 o'clock at night. So I went back to sleep. So I didn't do nothing but sleep for the last, I'm in and out of sleep for the last 24 hours, so should be fine.
You're flying first now, if I would hope so. Yes. You're flying first class.
Yes.
The people who don't know who you are, like older people, look at you like maybe if you sit down next to them and go, who is this person? He's got a tattoo on his skull. Who is this?
He's frightening me. I've seen that sometimes when people especially a couple years back. I've been going flying first class for a couple years now, but a couple years back before everybody, now at least they can go, hey, who's that? And someone will be able to answer.
Right.
A couple years ago, they might not, I don't know. Why is he sitting up here with us in his...
Imagine some poor, dumb hijacker gets on the plane and goes, oh my God, I picked the plane with Chuck Liddell. It's like, I might as well, where's the plane going? Because that's where I'm going.
Signaling his friends Ixnay on the signal. You just came off, man. I watched the fight. You came off what they said might be the biggest win of your career, which was Vanderlei Silva, which was, I mean, the guy, it's so amazing the parity in your game, because he beat, I think, Quentin
twice.
Twice. Quentin beat you twice, and then you come back and beat him. And it was dude, what a fight that was, man. That son of a bitch can take a punch.
Oh yeah, honestly, I always thought he was a great fighter, and I always thought he had a and he has that flash chin, but I always thought he recovered quick. But I didn't know he recovered that quick. I rock him, and I get on him. I jump on people when I rock him. I get on him, start hitting him, and he keep coming. I mean, and to his credit, man, a lot of guys would have quit. I mean, because you get them, you're swinging, you're hitting them, and a lot of guys in their minds, I won't say names like Tito, but just decide to quit, not respond. But he just would keep coming back.
You bloodied him. There was one part where they're fighting, and they said, and Silva's bleeding from the ear. And I'm like, man, you don't hear that in traditional boxing. His ear was bleeding.
Is that bad when that happens?
Well, yeah, it's not
as
good.
Opposed to good.
As opposed to, not good. No, but.
And in the second round, it looked like you slipped. It was obviously a slip.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody get up. It was almost like you just wanted to jump up and go, it's a slip. I get it. I slipped. And then you fell back again, and I thought he hit you until the replay showed that you actually slipped again after you hit him and you backed up.
Yeah. I was, man, that ring gets slippery out there. And it's the canvas, it's hard, it's a combination between everything. It's just hard to keep a traction.
All kinds of goop down there on that canvas, man.
So, get sweat, and I sweat. I get real sweaty. So,
like Jimmy said, that was a huge win because you went into it as the underdog. Technically, people were looking at you as the underdog, right?
Yeah, 2 losses in a row. I mean, it's very rare for you to have that happen. I mean,
people weren't sure what how I was going to show up. I think some of it had to do with I got away from. But being a mixed martial artist, I got to start listening to people and just being a striker. And that was the biggest thing I was going to do in this fight was take a couple shots. I think it shocked everybody when it hit a couple takedowns. People forget that I have a big wrestling background, so I can wrestle.
Right.
So, but and that's I think a lot of it had to do with the attitude-wise, too. I think attitude in the gym. I gave a lot of credit to Sam Henson, who came in. He's a great wrestling coach, and he came in and helped me out with, help especially my training partners out with what training partners started, their intensity. Because I think they were giving me too much respect in the ring when we were training.
Right.
I've been training with these guys since I brought them up, and they've been training with them for a long time, and they started getting a little bit, too taking it easy on me.
Oh wow, ring, that's something. Yeah.
So you're not necessarily taking, but I get tired, like I let it go. It just there wasn't that intensity in the room that needed to be.
Right.
And I forgot it too. Some, but Sammy reminded me, that I'm a wrestler and that. That intensity that I need in a room to be a champion.
What happened to Mirko Krokop? We thought was going to just run through and beat everybody, and then he wound up getting beat badly, and then he lost again.
Well, that happened to a lot of the guys that, came in from Pride. I mean, I think it was because they were fighting the guys from Pride, and they weren't fighting the guys from the UFC. And they were having great fights over there, but then they were getting beat. They come over, most of them gotten beat when they came over to fight in the UFC.
Were they overconfident, you think?
I don't know if it's overconfident. I mean, I'm getting tired of hearing the fact that it's the difference between the cage and the ring. That's killing me. I mean, when this guy's a striker and he gets kicked in the head, and they're blaming it on being a cage instead of a ring.
Yeah.
He's fighting a guy, and it's if it was in a cage, but if it was in a ring, I mean, when Forrest beat Shogun, I mean, if it was in a ring,
what's the difference?
How does that make that big a difference? All right, someone said, I think on the internet, someone told me that they said, well, he couldn't use soccer kicks, talking about Vanderlei. I said, at what point in that fight was he going to kick me? Like, was I ever on the ground where he could pump me?
Yeah.
He didn't kick you at all, it seemed. It was weird because Silva's knows he's a guy who does a lot of leg kicks. And he was just kind of standing there going toe-to-toe with you. And I'm like, why is this idiot standing there trying to go toe-to-toe with punching power? It was really weird that he didn't kick a lot.
I rocked him early, so a lot of times when you get rocked like that, I mean, you just fight whatever comes.
Did you have any injuries from the fight?
From the fight, actually, I think I cracked a rib or something in the first round. I think
that's a man's man right there.
Dude, I was just thinking that
he thinks he cracked, but he's not really sure.
It hurt for a couple weeks, so I mean,
really?
It still hurts a little, but I started wrestling full again. So
you didn't even find out for sure if your rib was cracked. You're like, well, it could be a cracked rib. We'll see.
Well, he said it wasn't displaced, so there's not much they can do for it anyway. I mean, you go and get an X-ray, they go, well, yep, it's cracked. Or go ahead and don't do anything.
Yeah.
They can't wrap it. There's not really anything you're going to do for it, and I didn't have to train right away. So
I'm not sure if we asked you this last time, but do guys try to mess with you on the street?
No, not
like
really.
The Tyson thing. When Tyson was in his prime, people wanted to take him on.
People ask me that all the time. I really haven't had that problem. I mean, I'm a pretty laid back person as is anyway.
Right.
And I have had people come up and say things where, depending on how I answer, could probably turn into one of those kind of like, But I kind of can read that pretty quick, and I usually diffuse it, and I don't go. There's different things I could say to make it one way or the other. And
I was surprised when I read about Tyson that they would try to fight him on the street. I was like,
it's just people right after they wrote a suicide note. They put it down.
And we're talking about Tyson when he was just everyone was scared of him way before the UFC and all that, and there were actually guys that wanted to take this guy on when they were saw him out and about.
Yeah, I've never really understood that either, but I guess they figure they got nothing to lose.
That is,
what? But I get people. I had a lady the other night that said, I almost wanted to have you punch me in the face right now, just so I could say, yeah, you punched me.
Wow. To oblige?
You are the first girl that said that to me, but
it punched me in the face.
If you sign all these papers, I'll hit you as hard as you want.
Gladly belt you.
Please, how about if I can convince my girlfriend to say that to you? Could I call it a favor?
Hey, we got a bunch of Chuck Liddell fans calling today. Let's say hi to Tim in Rochester. Tim, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? I just want to congratulate Chuck on whooping Vanderlei's ass. How long till you fight Rampage for your title back?
I'm hoping by December, provided he beats Forrest.
Forrest? When's he fighting Forrest?
July, I think. They're doing the show. They're doing the next Ultimate Fighter, and then they're going to fight after that.
I was so happy to see you whoop Vanderlei's ass. Congratulations.
Yeah,
thanks.
A lot of people were psyched.
Dude, that was a beating. And it wasn't like Vanderlei embarrassed. I mean, he fought a good fight, but it was a really just like two guys in a schoolyard who can really fight, just duking it out. I mean, it was just two bloody guys punching each other in the face. It was really good, man.
It was fun. I got back to doing a lot of stuff I've done in the past. I even hit my spinning back fist. I've been working on. I worked on that for this fight. I thought I could land it easy.
That looks great when that connects.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I threw a high kick. It just didn't quite catch it the way I wanted to, but I almost caught it off his head.
Yeah.
I threw quite a few things in there. Plus, obviously, the double legs, too.
That back fist that you threw, and then they pointed out that you looked at the clock a couple of times. Will you do that in the ring? Like, all right, we got to save a little bit of energy here to make sure I can protect myself.
Well, most of the time, he looked up at the clock, so I'm okay, wait, what's he waiting? I want to see if he was, wanted to see if he was timing for a certain, sometimes people try to win the round, last 30 seconds, or, so they try to turn it on. So I was making sure, I'm like, wait, I'm not that close to the end of the round. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, but most of the time when I looked up, I think every time I looked up, I was looking off at him. He'd look up, and I go, "Okay, we're good."
Gave him quite a savage.
When you rock somebody like that, though, what does it just go through your mind? Like, okay, now I just got to get in there and finish the job.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when you got someone rock, you got to get in there and put it away because
finish the job.
Try to get it over with.
Because it amazes me sometimes you see that happen and you see somebody back off. You go, what the hell are you doing? Get in there.
Oh, yeah.
Kick his ass.
That's me at the sideline. If I see one of my friends hurt somebody, I'm, wait, get on him.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you circling around for? He's hurt. Go after him.
You want to pose a little bit. Like, look at it. Look at I did. Jim T. from New Jersey writes, hey, Opie, ask Chuck about Lee Murray kicking Tito's head off in a street fight in Great Britain. It's an effing hilarious story. Do you want to go there? I don't know.
I could talk about it if you want, but
I don't even know what it's about.
Well, it was a street fight in London.
Right.
But, honestly, I didn't... I actually didn't. Everyone says I saw it, and I didn't. I came up out of this bar from downstairs. We come out of the bar, probably 3:30, 4 in the morning. We were smashed in dress shoes. So I come up. You're in dress shoes too. So I come up, and I look to the left. I guess Tito was off to the right with whatever was going on with him. I don't know what's happened with Lee Murray and all that. I don't know what happened. The only thing I can say is at the end of it, if he did knock his head off, Tito was chasing after Lee Murray when the cops showed up. So I don't know if he did knock him down. I mean, he might have, if he cold cocked him and knocked him down, or if he just hit him and knocked him down. You're in dress shoes on the street. I mean, it's not too hard to knock someone down in dress shoes on the street. But I don't know that you hurt him bad because he got up and he was chasing after him. So if he hit him, if you knocked him down, it was a slip, I think. But I didn't see any of it. I looked to the left, and little friend of mine was wrestling with a guy.
What the hell's going on with you guys?
This guy's about 145 pounds. Had a guy double legged up against the car. Got three guys in the back, hit him in the back of the head. So I came over, pulled the guy off. It was probably one of the funniest things I've done, though, because I pulled the guy off, and everyone was laughing because a bunch of UFC people were there because it was a UFC after party.
Yeah.
And so
remind me never to go to one of those.
What drunk starts that fight?
It was Lee Murray's crew. They all fight. They're all trained.
Oh, they're fighting. Okay.
But I throw one of the guys off, and go to throw another guy. The guy hits me in the back of the head. I turn around and I go, "Oh, you mother!"
Take the watch off.
Put my watch off as I'm walking towards him, and I put it in my pocket. That was my first nice watch. I don't make it. I never had a nice watch before. So I was worried about I'm walking towards him. I just down, put my watch off as I'm walking after this kid, and then it was on from there. But the UFC people were pretty laughing pretty hard because I threw a spinning back fist. I threw a spinning back kick in the fight, street fight. And, I mean, they say they've never seen that in a street fight, and I'm like, I've been fighting in the street for a while. I grew up that way, so
right.
It was fun though.
How frightening is it when someone's coming to punch your face and you see them removing jewelry?
Yeah,
that's a confident man.
I know I'm just gonna kick your ass. I don't want to break my stuff doing it.
Yeah, because he hit me and I turned around. Oh, no, you didn't.
You're like, all right, well.
I'm going to knock your teeth out, but first, let me sync my iPod.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, I have a question, too. I don't know if I asked this last time. There was a wrestler I saw you addressed. Who is the wrestler that was saying that he would like to, I don't know if it was real or not. Was it Steve Austin? Or who that you said he has never been hit the way I'll hit him? What wrestler were you talking about? They played audio for you on another radio show.
Oh, I can't think of his name right now.
I don't know.
Kurt Angle keeps talking. Yeah, but he, it's like Brock Lesnar's fighting next weekend.
Yeah.
UFC.
What do you think of that?
From what I understand, he's been doing all the right things. I don't know. Like, I haven't seen him train. I haven't seen him fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, but from what I see, he's been doing all the cross training. He's been doing the jiu-jitsu. He's been doing his striking training. And he was a good college wrestler. I mean, so I think he's got a good chance to make the transition.
Really?
If he's been doing the right stuff like he says he has, I think he should have no problem making the transition.
Sam, what do you think? Brock Lesnar?
Thumbs up?
You think he's going to do good? Sam's very into wrestling.
He was an animal when it came to fake wrestling.
Kurt Angle thinks Kurt Angle's still like one of those guys that thinks he can just come in there being a wrestler. He was a great wrestler.
But
he could just come in being a wrestler and win fights.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to happen.
Ain't going to happen.
Just a wrestler, not going to happen.
Once you get a few in the face, it's all over.
I fought Randleman, and Randleman was the national champ when I wrestled at the same weight as me in college.
Right.
And he didn't get anywhere. I mean, he lasted, a minute 18?
You did that fast?
Yeah.
There's a buzz surrounding Brock Lesnar joining.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Should be interesting.
And what is it? Part of the pay-per-view this Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should plug that really fast. This Saturday night, UFC 81 is on pay-per-view. And, you got Brock Lesnar fighting for the first time.
He's fighting Frank Mir. So that'd be interesting. Frank Mir's a guy that, he's got great submissions. He's slick. Mm-hmm. So it'd be interesting to see how Brock does.
How many more years you got, Chuck?
I got a couple left at least.
Well, you're starting to become you're becoming a Hollywood star too there. You're out and about in Hollywood. You were on Entourage.
I have fun with it, but I still like fighting, man. And I still got a few more people to beat.
There's a line in the book where he talks about, and it's amazing how you look at genetics and what makes us different, where Chuck says something about if it's fight or flight, my instinct has always been to stay and fight. And it's like I couldn't have them. We're polar opposite instincts from somebody else.
You're the runaway guy.
There's still an image of me there as I'm running away. That's how fast
cartoon image.
Bolt. But it's very interesting to me, just that mentality that makes you have the ability or the desire to you like to fight people. You like hitting people.
I like the competition of it, And I've never been someone who liked hurting people. I've never been that way. I've never liked hurting people, but I do like fighting.
See, that's the reason I'm not into fighting and stuff. It's not the mindset of me hurting people. It's me getting hurt. I've never liked taking a punch to the face. It is one of the most unpleasant things that can happen to you. That whole that ringy thing, and you don't quite know where you are. It really sucks.
That's when you realize. That's when you realize you're getting older. When you get hit, and you're like, "Man, this sucks."
I haven't been hit in years.
But there was a time it was kind of fun.
No, it's never been fun to me. I've always never liked getting punched.
There was a time it was fun to punch someone. It was fun to get hit. Not by someone like Chuck Liddell, by the way. People more my speed.
You don't want a life-changing experience.
Right. You don't want a life-changing punch. You're right. But to be in like a little street brawl where, you're getting bruised up a little bit and you get to hit a few times, it was fun until you hit an age and you get hit and you're like, all right, I'm never doing this again. This sucks.
Do you know?
All right. Anyway.
No, you do. You're 100% right.
I think it's just a youth thing is what I'm getting at, and eventually you just grow out of it.
I think one of the amazing things about you, they were talking about you during the fight, and you're definitely the most recognizable liked guy in the UFC. And it's like you pretty much, even though they were fighting before, you're the face kind of this sport. Like you're the guy that took it to that level. And how much of that, like all that pressure and the partying and stuff, I mean, did that affect you in the two fights that you lost? Was it too much of the good life? Like
I don't think so. I mean, I think the other things, training wise, but I take my time off to train for every fight. 3 months I take off to train for every fight. Wow. And people talk about me going out. I mean, I've never not gone out. I drink water. I go out. I just want to be around people. I'm a night person. I'm nocturnal. I don't like getting up this early.
That's what stinks, doesn't it?
Tell me about it.
Yeah. I don't get up before 10:30 when I don't have anything to do. Or when I have stuff to do, when I'm training and stuff, I wake up at 10:30. So
you got a girlfriend, or you just?
Yeah, I got a girlfriend.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Here's Bob Kelly. He came in just to meet you. Bob,
talk about
in.
Polar opposites. This is physique polar opposite.
Yeah. Bob, hurry up because Chuck's a busy man. He's got to leave in a few minutes.
All right, Bob. Take care.
All right, see you guys later.
All right.
Let's say hi.
Hey there, Bob.
Let's say hi to Paul in Boston as Bob goes to the mic there. Paul, what's up?
Hey, what's up, boys? Hey, quick question for Chuck. If you could fight any, like, celebrity, athlete, musician, actor, anybody, who would it be?
Do I have to limit it to just one? No, I don't know. I don't have anybody I dislike, really. So.
Yeah. Another question, too. What do you think about Floyd Mayweather possibly fighting UFC? How do you think he'd do if that ever happened?
You know, he doesn't have enough time to learn enough wrestling to make it interesting. I mean, he's going. I don't think he makes it interesting. I've said for a long time, people keep asking me. I got a 135 pounder in my house and put him on his head and finish him in the first round. I mean, he can learn enough about stopping a shot in. I mean, when? How long is he going to take how long is he going to practice wrestling before he switches over?
Yeah, I said the same thing, man. I don't think he'd do good.
Unless they feed him somebody that's going to stand there and strike with him.
That was the answer to the question, by the way. We said about Merriweather coming in, and you went like the laugh before the answer was kind of indicative that it wasn't going to be a positive response.
Yeah,
I mean, he's great. He's a great boxer. I mean, it's just this is a different sport.
How long would it take you? And not to knock Tyson, the guy was one of the greatest fighters ever, I think, in his prime. Like, how long would you feel comfortable fighting him for in a UFC match? Like, how long do you think he would last in a UFC match, not a traditional boxing match?
You hit him with the same. It's the same thing. I mean, he's a fan of the sport, and I like the guy. But you hit him with the takedown right away. I mean, no one in their right mind is going to stand there and bang with him. I mean, why? Why give him his one shot? Tie him up, take him down, finish him. I mean, it's not.
I would hate to. I think it would be real easy. I mean, for someone, I'm not
even like
for any UFC fighter.
Even like some of the guys when he. When you watch him box, even back when he was great, I mean, the guys could tie him up. You know, if they come in and they grab him,
right?
Look at Bone Grabber Smith, whatever.
Oh, Bone James Smith,
Bone Crusher Smith, yeah, whatever.
Who's the one who beat him? You mean?
No, the guy that just kept grabbing. He grabbed him.
That's how Lennox Lewis actually beat him. He just every time you punch him and then lean on his back and his weight just kept tiring him out.
Right.
That's why I got so pissed.
And he would put his glove in Tyson's face and it smelled like Christina Ricci.
You got a question for Chuck?
Yeah, I just watched your last fight, and I can't believe you just beat the hell out of the Axe Murderer. Anytime you beat somebody up called the Axe Murderer, and I was wondering who do you think they get you fighting next? I mean, are you gonna fight Jackson for the belt again? Is that your whole thing?
That's what I'm waiting. I'm trying to get. Well, he's fighting Forrest. If he beats Forrest, then hopefully by December I'll fight him for the title. But I'm gonna fight somebody probably in June or July.
You're gonna fight somebody else before because you fight a lot.
Well, I try to. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not getting any younger either. I'm trying to get as many fights as I can before my body decides to quit on me.
What do you want to do after this? I mean, obviously you don't know, but I mean, like, do you want to manage young fighters, or do you want to get out of the fight game, or just do films, or just bang chicks, or?
Well, all the above.
What order?
We'll start with backwards order. Yeah, I should be fine with. I should be fine and just doing what I want when I'm done. But I will train guys for sure. I mean, there's some guys I've been my sparring partners and training partners for a long time, and they got careers left for. I'm gonna stick around for those guys at least. I can at least see those guys through.
You ever maybe even accidentally just really rocked a sparring partner?
Yeah, of course.
Do they just go, "Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that"?
Yeah, if that happens, you can't go.
That would be hysterical. You're like, "Yeah, I'm sparring with Chuck." Bam. Just on the mat.
Training partners, guy wrestlers. Especially when I first started, they put headgear on. I put the gloves on, and just trying to stop takedowns, stop shots. I had buddies. I swear to God, man, I had some of the nicest friends. Wrestled me from Paulie. I drop one. Hit the ground, they move him out of the way, and then he would wake up and get in the back of line.
The next son of a bitch has to come out and go, "Oh Jesus!" They just hauled that last guy out of here.
Sorry about that. I learned a little bit there. Not you start running out of training partners. They stop coming back eventually.
That's great. You do Kempo karate, right? You a black belt in Kempo karate?
Yeah.
Because I'm a yellow belt. I actually made it to yellow
coward.
Belt. Oh. I was a yellow belt.
You're two yellow belts.
2 yellow belts. I actually did quit because my gi split. You know how hard it is to make a gi split?
It's pretty hard, yeah.
Yeah, I actually we had to do our splits in the beginning of the session, and you just had rip. And
splits.
Oh God, it was awful. There was an all-you-can-eat buffet across the street. It was either karate, Kempo, or. Anyways, when you throw your punches, though, you throw these you come, like, you have your hands up so high and you almost come down at an angle sometimes. Do you, like, practice something different to actually throw a harder punch from a shorter distance? I mean,
it's all hips. I mean, you don't have to throw, I throw short right probably harder than anything I throw.
It's ridiculous.
But it's all hips and body. It's not your arms, really.
Do you practice anything?
I practice from all different angles. We try to throw punches from different angles, and I just want to, because I throw punches to land. I just want to land them, from any angle. And it's hard to block when you're throwing from all the different.
Man,
different angles coming from different ways.
He's standing there and he hits you on the top of the head. You're like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
they always say you punch from the hip. Can you punch from the hip? I can't do it. I try. I just stand there. My hips don't move, and I throw weak little arm jabs at the heavy bag.
I saw him hit the heavy bag. It's like somebody actually getting molested, and they're just trying to get the person off them, just flailing.
And you know that view from both angles, don't you?
Wow. Hey, you really throw a knockout punch with words, Jim.
We really got to get Chuck out of here. You got a whole tour today, huh?
Yeah.
The book tour?
It's going to be interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where are you going next?
Actually, I don't even know. They got the list over there. So we got some TV today.
Very cool.
Conan tonight.
Well, we're excited.
Yeah, doing Conan tonight, I think.
Oh, cool.
Tonight.
We're very excited. The book's called The Iceman.
Great.
It's obviously about your fighting your whole life.
My whole life, pretty much. Yeah.
Yes, Chuck Liddell. And
Cool pictures in there too. Definitely.
It's really cool. Like, a lot of times these books come out and they're not interesting. But this one, every time I would flip to a chapter and start reading it, it's like you want to just finish the chapter. There's not a lot of fluff or crap in it. It's just a really interesting read. And if anyone's going to write a book about fighting, it's obviously going to be you. And it's called The Iceman. And Chuck is actually going to be doing signings. You're doing a few of them.
A few of them here, yeah.
It's called My Fighting Life. I'm sorry, man. It just says Iceman on the bottom, like a dope. It's called My Fighting Life if you go on Amazon for it. So the signings are tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Borders here in New York, 100 Broadway, and 7 p.m. That's how you know you're famous, when you do two signings in a day.
Two signings, yeah.
At Bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey. I've done a signing there. It's a great place.
Whereabouts in New Jersey is that?
It's probably 15 minutes outside the GW. So people that want to come in Manhattan, stay in Manhattan. Or if you live in Jersey, just go to Bookend. It's perfect. You can do it if you're from anywhere in this area.
Yeah,
and then, of course,
is in Rockaway, so I don't know where that is. By Dover.
Well, Wednesday night, you're back in New York at 6:30 p.m. at the Virgin Megastore.
Jeez.
So you got 3 different chances in the area to buy My Fighting Life, and Chuck will be happy to sign. Happy might not be the operative word, but he'll do it.
I'll be happy to sign.
And man, congratulations! I'm really, really happy for you that you wrote the book, and just so happy to see you win, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure to have you in, man.
Absolutely. The great Chuck Liddell, everyone. All right, we're going to take a break, continue with Bob Kelly, and I believe Nick DiPaolo, right? Cool. Very cool. Opie and Anthony. We're back. It's Opie and Anthony. We got a full house once again today. Every time Chuck Liddell comes in here, we look at him in amazement because he's a man's man. Yeah. I mean, we all talk a tough game, but he's the real deal. And he's breathing heavy into the mic, and none of us are brave enough to go, wow, what's up with the breathing heavy into the mic like a bull?
You wouldn't have
like
to Tony ask. Soprano.
Huh? Yeah, you don't have to ask. You know why.
He's been hit so many times.
Yeah, has been hit a few times.
He just sounds like a bull. And he's the nicest guy. He's like very appreciative and just really, really nice. But he would turn like that and just kill you.
That story that he was telling outside the bar, just getting in that big brawl with everybody. Imagine just walking by and seeing that. A bunch of UFC guys just beating the living crap out of each other. I'd sit down and just grab a beer and watch.
Oh, of course.
Nothing better than a good street fight. And then with professionals doing it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The best part of that story is he was so mad he took the time to take his watch off because he didn't want his expensive watch damaged in this fight that he was about to have.
He just knew that hand was going to be rocking someone's face and didn't want the shock-resistant watch. Because it's not meant for that kind of shock.
No.
It's like getting hit with a train.
Well, we got Bob Kelly. His Stress Factory was great.
Yeah, Stress Factory.
We never get to talk to the guys after the big club dates.
It was packed up. Friday night was packed up. Saturday night, both shows sold out.
Very good.
Thank you very much. I almost got to a fight Saturday night. And
stop it.
Actually, O&A fans, you could see their eyes. The three big mafioso soprano dudes. I mean, seriously, we were going to go at it.
Yeah.
And they actually were like, get the women in the car And I was telling him, dude, I was like,
the women in the
I was like, there was one guy just staring me down. That's what he said. Get the women in the car.
I gotta officially introduce Nick DiPaolo because he's just chomping at the bit. He's sitting on the couch over there. Now, Bob,
there's nothing that would make Nick happier than a confrontation physically with a heckler. That's Nick is beautiful.
I've had a couple, but that's it. No, seriously. I'm old now.
Nick handles hecklers the way LaMotta handled a lippy Vicky.
Well, it's true. If it's a woman heckler, I'll hit her right in the face. I won't think twice.
He was at the Cellar a couple of weeks ago. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What happened?
When Nick's on, I just go downstairs because even if usually he just kills. But every once in a while, some woman will say something. He'll just snap, which is actually equally entertaining as his act.
Well, I self-destruct down there. I've been there so long. I've been down there every night for the last 12 years. To give you an idea of my career. Now I feel like it's almost my space, and people coming in, like in my living room, bugging
your
me.
house, right?
Yeah, which is wrong, Every once in a while, I wish cancer on a woman. So what? I mean,
dude, one of my favorite. It's so funny to watch him go from 0 to 80 for no reason. Like there was a girl the other night. Like Nick said something about being older, and she groaned. And he goes, what this? And she's like, no, you don't look old. He goes, oh, thank you. It was so, you remember that?
You're ready to bite her head off.
Switch gears.
She told me I look like Mitt Romney. Oh, hey, thanks. Oh, Jesus. I used to get laid on the road. Now I'm looking like, now I look like a guy from a, toothpaste commercial in the 50s.
He turned the crowd. There's one lady, he said something about Clinton, and they got all mad at him for some reason. He snapped on him. And then somebody said a couple people were on his side. So he was like, "You guys are on my side." Right? Then he just turned immediately on them and said something funny about. Then this young girl was like, "I like Obama." He's like, "Why?" "I think he's cute." And he just, if I could say what he said to that young girl.
Oh. Well, no, we were talking about Hillary, and I go, "Yeah, when's she going to find a nice lump in her armpit?" And this lady went, "That's not funny." I go, "Well, not if it's the lump in your armpit. It's not funny." But then she went. It's like, shut up. Comedy. I don't want her to get canned. I was just kidding.
But it's funny when we talk about there was one night you're on, and there was a woman in the when you're on stage. She was in the back right hand, like behind the comedian seats in the right hand corner. And you've never seen a C-bomb dropped with such.
You're always there to see it every night, Jimmy.
Because it was so. She had the glasses. She's everything he hates. Oof. And she said something objecting to his Hillary material, and it was not even an attempt to banter. Go at yourself, you see. And it was so. It was like you had been waiting for a year to say that to her, and she deserved it. I mean, she was piping up about something that had nothing to do with her. She was heckling.
Yeah. I love watching you guys at the Cellar because it's such a weird place for a comedy club. I mean, it's a great comedy club, and you guys, it's all your hometown club, obviously. Yeah. But it's in the middle of like NYU and there's so many like hardcore liberals that don't know what funny is half the time.
It's right? on the campus at NYU.
But that's why I find it really interesting to watch you guys perform down there because you'll hear moans from the crowd that you won't hear in any other comedy club in America.
And when you're talking, especially now, and talking politics, people will just react.
But that's why it's so interesting.
Well, they come in, those kids come in, right? Literally, they're on the campus at NYU. They get that liberal ideology pounded into their head.
Yeah.
And then I say the word dyke, and they start crying. Whatever.
And they're all voting for Obama.
Yeah, well, great.
I was reading a lot about Obama this weekend. All the young are coming out, and they're voting like they've never voted before.
Yeah, it's like a rock band that gets hot. It's, it's all it is. It's the media. It's just creepy, man. I don't know. But he's got a lot of foreign policy experience. He played Risk in high school twice. Are you kidding me? Had nothing to do with his skin color, though. He's a seasoned veteran.
Absolutely. People are insane. He's got no experience.
Nothing.
He's got no experience for that job, but they're pumping him up like a rock star.
Well, exactly. He's got, and I mean,
and all the guilty white people want to make it seem like they're so open-minded that they go, well, I'll vote for Obama.
Absolutely.
Would you stop? No, you won't. You want to wake up after the election and go, okay, now we have an inexperienced president in there because you wanted to vote for a black guy.
Let's be honest, that's not what you say when you woke up.
Of course not. Same thing that people said when they woke up after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed.
But it's just, I mean, and this whole, it's time for a minority or a woman. Oh, is that what we do? It's time. Scroll at the Comedy Cellar. It's time for a woman. So you're going to vote for somebody because she pees out of the same hole as you do, basically. That's your qualification. Can I say that? I don't even know.
I don't give a crap. That's it. You're hearing it somewhere.
I don't know the rules anymore. I haven't been here for,
Yeah, I was telling Nick off mic it was a crime when, this station went back to music because Nick was really, really doing well. This guy knows how to do radio, and it's new to you, right?
It was, yeah.
But you were getting a following. I was listening, and you were very, very. This is going to sound so stupid. A breath of fresh air in this.
Thanks,
business.
Man. And that's the last thing you want to be.
Well, unfortunately, yeah. The company, the station general wasn't doing well, so they had to try something else, and then unfortunately that meant Nick's radio show went away.
Oh my God! And I was just walking in here today. I was literally getting like. I mean, I really loved doing radio. I was actually getting a paycheck for the first time in my life.
Steady pay.
And just walking here today, I was getting all depressed and stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to come here and watch somebody with your girl. It's like watching someone with your chick. It's like, no, this was my show.
Well, that
I was
doesn't
supposed to be here. That doesn't bother me.
Not exactly the same feeling. I didn't have a hard on coming in. I can't say that either. I forget what studio we're in.
That's all right.
It's a little different. It's not like there was 3 black guys doing the radio show.
But you're still doing radio online, though? We should plug that.
Well, it's so funny. I'm driving in here listening to you guys, right? Yeah, I'm coming in to plug my my blogtalkradio.com/Nick Dip show. I'm launching it today at 4 o'clock. I've done like a couple test shows. But I'm driving in here and you guys are like, yeah, they put us on AM in San Francisco. That's like being on ham radio. I almost made a U-turn. I'm on the sawmill going, I can't go in there and try to plug this thing. If AM is a ham radio, what is blog?
blogtalkradio.com /Nick Dip.
Yeah, I'll be doing Dungeons and Dragons too Sunday night.
Yeah, maybe we should be a little more appreciative.
But can I plug that? It's
sure.
blogtalkradio.com /Nick Dip, and I'm launching today at 4 p.m. I've done like a few test shows, and it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I got a lot of my old people from 92.3, some of these guys.
Cool.
I found out a bunch of old, and I have to plug these people that got me into it, this wacky couple, Mike and Erica Baker. They're at the Bakers at BakerRadio.com. They found me through MySpace, and she liked you, Jim. She's a hot little thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she wanted to meet you.
Oh, nice.
And but they've been great. I'm doing my show. I'm on I don't know nothing about the computer other than how to get porn and how to hide it from my wife. and so they helping me, They've been on the phone with me and they've been great.
Cool.
And they're like, get pictures with Opie. I go, come on, let's not go too far here. I'm supposed to film everything I do now and put it up like, well, Bob Kelly's good at that crap. I don't do that.
Video blogs.
Yeah, all that crap.
Hey,
when am I supposed to write a joke?
I actually have video of you yelling at me, trying to help you with your computer. You woke me up at like 6 in the morning in Montreal. I need help. I don't know what's going on. I actually get you on it, and you start yelling at me.
That's his nature.
Was that me or Colin Quinn?
It's like hanging out with my third dad.
Shut up.
Hey, speaking of, stop it! He didn't finish his story, by the way. So why did you get in this fight, or almost in this fight
These
at
guys,
the Stress Factory?
You
didn't explain why you almost got in a fight.
It was sold out. It was all O&A fans, okay? Except for like a couple tables, and this it was 3 mafia guys looking from like Staten Island. They went to a restaurant next door, said he saw a roach, and decided to come in here. You know what I mean? And have food here. They were talking the whole time. One guy.
But it's the mafia.
No, it wasn't really the mafia. They looked like. I hope it wasn't the mafia.
They looked like the mafia.
Steve Sharipper and Stevie Van Zandt?
That's exactly who it looked like.
They looked like the mafia.
The guy looked like Sharippa. I swear to God.
Well, it's New Jersey. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, come on.
They were talking the whole time toward the middle act, and then when I went up, I let them talk a little bit. Then I went to them a little bit. Then I went back, and then it finally got to the point where I was like, "Dude, seriously, shut your face." And he was just they were just looking at me. Then they were getting up and they started talking. One guy just started just calling me fatso and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm fat, really? Where'd you get that from, my act? I just did like 10 minutes on me being fat. And then he started looking at me like, I'm going to kill you. And he actually, I couldn't believe he did this. You ever see The Eastern Hand, that new Russian movie that's up for the Oscar, where the guy, he gave me the old Russian death with the fingers in the throat, and then he pointed to me?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gave me the old Russian death thing with the 2 fingers in the throat and then point them back at me, which I don't know what the hell's that supposed to do. And
I think he was pointing at your neck fat.
Hey, Pelican, what's there, a fish in there?
He was going, what's this? He's got a gun in his neck.
It really bugs me that you and Liddell look like before and after photos.
Yeah. And you look like the actual end result.
Why, Bob? That was hurt.
When he
Oh,
dies,
boy.
nothing. That was a pretty good one.
All right, get back to
Thanks.
the
Nick's left.
No, that's good. Get back to the almost fight.
So, I just snapped. You know, I got a temper. I'm not a tough guy at all. I knew I would have probably got my.
No, you
my
are. You're
ass-
pretty tough.
I would have got my ass kicked. But the guy started coming towards the stage, and I was like, dude, just because I'm telling jokes doesn't mean I won't fight you. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
That's not right.
if you looked around the crowd, though, you could see all the guy. You know those guy O&A fans.
Yeah.
They're like bald, and they're just big. They were just staring at this guy, like
Ready?
with their hands on the edge of their seats, waiting for him to make one move, just so they could get up and beat the hell out of him.
Think they would have protected you?
There was like 50 guys that came up and goes, dude, I was just waiting for him to move. As soon as he moved, I was going to beat the hell out of him. I wish he moved so I could just see like 50 dudes.
Yeah, fans are like that. They
Yeah,
will
animals.
beat
Are
the
you
crap
guy
out of
bald?
them.
Really?
Yeah.
If I knew that, I would have said a lot
Crazy.
more from the stage. So if I knew I had backup, because I'm yelling for Vinny Brand, the ex-wrestler who claims to be such a tough guy.
Come on.
He's hiding in the
I
back.
tell you, you know what he really looks like? He looks like a woman who became a man. He looks like a lesbian that just became a man, and he's just starting to grow his little peach fuzz in.
They gotta all grow the beard, yeah.
So these guys are trying to get their wives into the car so they could stick around and beat you up?
Oh yeah, they were like, because they didn't know that I had a lot of fans. They didn't know a lot of O&A fans. They had no idea. They came from Staten Island for dinner, and now they're just seeing some fat guy on stage telling jokes. And now I'm telling them, I hope they die on the way
Get
home.
the women in the car.
Yeah, what is that? What is this?
Yeah.
1942?
Yeah, bring around the Tucker.
They had a convertible.
Pull around the Tucker.
Unbelievable. And I'm yelling for Vinny. I'm like, where's Vinny? He's across the street having a Merlot because his shoulder, he pulled the muscle in his shoulder.
Doing what? Counting his money?
He made a killing this week, let me tell you.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, but those are the best waffle fries in comedy over there at Vinny's.
He's got a new panini he just put out. I swear to God. He's like, try this right here. It's my new panini. What
We do live reads for the Stress Factory, and he's stressing how great the food is, and we're like, it's all right.
It's a panini?
Let's relax. Maybe for New Brunswick it's great. I don't know.
You didn't have the Buddy Hackett chicken fingers? Oh, these things are spicy.
The panini has apple slices.
Oh, really?
Chicken, cheese,
Apple
and
slices?
green apple slices.
In a comedy club?
Yeah.
It's his new invention.
Yeah.
He's all
He's got-
excited because he brought a panini.
No, actually, he's got a rat in the kitchen cooking now. It's ratatouille.
He couldn't afford a panini machine. He's got a fat broad sitting on it with her fat, warm ass.
Presses under a newspaper. She closes the toilet seat, puts the panini on it, puts the newspaper on top.
How come I got the sports section on my sandwich?
She does the sound and the phone call, too.
All right, we got to take a break. Nick DiPaolo has joined the program. We're very happy about that.
Thank you. And thank
What's
you for
that
letting
site
me.
again?
blogtalkradio.com/NickDip. It starts at 4 today. I definitely would suggest you check that out. The Bakers at bakerradio.com.
Thanks,
What's
yeah.
that for?
They're the people who got me into this.
So make believe you like the show and just email them?
Yeah.
And that'll help you out in
They're
the end?
crazy.
Okay.
No, they're actually good people. They're a little nuts. She's kind of cute.
And you got a show in the area, right? You can promote it.
Oh, I'm going to Mandalay Bay in Vegas on
okay.
on Friday.
I think we're
to work
still-
with
Nice.
Marty.
I think we're still on an AM in Vegas, too. So. So they're hearing you in Vegas right now.
When I heard that, I was like, "Oh my God, they're going to humiliate me when I get in there with this."
No, we need to be a little more appreciative. I get it.
Hey, man, and also the net. It's amazing with the net. It's not like, 10 years ago, the internet, but now it's like you do something and you literally you have more people listening to you on the net than you do on radio. It's
Definitely.
really mind-boggling.
The whole thing is changing.
I just blew the doors open, folks. The internet's catching on.
You certainly did, Jimmy. Wow.
Captain
I thought it was
Obvious.
a fad.
Captain Clinton zilch strikes again.
All right, quick break. We'll continue. Opie and Anthony. We're back with the Opie and Anthony show. Nick DiPaolo just killing during the break.
You missed a bevy of assassination jokes.
Wow. Oh, God, were they awful. Wow. Oh, I love it. Well, we started talking about politics. Nick knows a thing or two about politics.
Sure.
Well,
He enjoys discussing it.
I'm just enjoying watching the Clintons, who have been kissing black ass their whole political life. And now when they need black people, the black people abandon them quicker than they would their own children.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful to see them. They've just been, kissing ass their whole lives.
Called himself the first black president.
Yeah, how black are you now?
Yeah.
Moby's blacker than Bill Clinton.
And now there's a chance that, there could be a black president, and I don't know. The Clintons don't seem too happy about it.
Or are they? I don't know what Bill's strategy is. Like, Bob has a theory. It seems like he's messing up his wife's campaign.
He's the last thing in the world he wants to be holding her bag while she's talking to the president of Russia. Can you hold my bag? Okay, honey.
You're going to go out with the wife of the president. And,
he's got
to do all that kind of stuff where they go out together and shop.
Yeah, walk through the garden together while the men have lunch.
Men are talking about missiles.
But he was
as a man, there's no way he wants her to be president.
Yeah, he was like JFK though. He was with doing chicks in the Oval Office. He was in there for 8 years. He was like, a man's man. He's remembered for that. Now he's going to be the first lady for her, even though she looks like a dude. There's no way.
It's got to be embarrassing. Your wife getting your old job like that. That's his old job. He was president of the United States, the pinnacle of the free world, and then you got your wife doing it. It's like, come on.
Yeah,
it's kind of emasculating. I think
every time he speaks, she goes down in the ratings too. Every time she speaks,
and
something happens.
I think he's doing it on purpose.
He is. Oh, yeah. He doesn't do anything unintentional.
Yeah.
He's that good. He really is.
Did you see him arguing with that news guy for about 15 minutes? He entertained that argument.
He's been a little cranky since his heart went in the toilet. Ever noticed since that operation? Really, he's a miserable bastard.
He's cranky.
What if he's on blood thinners and his rods are not what they used to be? It's something like that.
You think that?
Absolutely.
And he's taking it out on everybody else. Yeah, I'm with Jimmy.
Finally do what he wants to do, and it's just hanging there like a turnip.
Damn.
And there's no way him and Hillary have a relationship.
No.
She looks like Anthony Hopkins' puppet from Magic. She looks like Fats.
Fats reference. Nice. Hey, Ted in New York City writes, somebody got really mad because you were making fun of Obama and his foreign affairs there, Nick DiPaolo.
Yeah.
So then you get people writing in, and this guy writes, Obama doesn't have any foreign affairs experience, but does Giuliani or Romney?
Yeah, he does, stupid. He threw Arafat out of Lincoln Center. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
He turned down the $10 million the Saudi guy offered us right after 9/11. He worked as a district attorney at the federal level. He's worked on, so yeah, he does. He has to deal. When you run New York City, it's not Burlington, Vermont. You have to deal with foreign affairs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I believe with the UN also, you need to be familiar with foreign dignitaries and where they're from.
Well, this guy continues. He writes, those guys are mayors/governors of states in the Northeast. Huckabee is a redneck clown, and John McCain's experience is being locked up in a foreign jail somewhere.
That's nice. Foreign jail somewhere. It's a little different than the Hanoi Hilton.
McCain's been on a ton of committees that deal with foreign affairs over this.
And everyone's making a big deal about Obama winning South Carolina. Like we said during the break, he was supposed to win South Carolina.
It wasn't Fairbanks, Alaska. You know what I'm saying? People getting all excited. Really? He took a black state. Wow.
They don't want to believe that this is racial, that it's along racial lines, the voting here.
But I got the stats really fast. 8 out of 10 blacks voted for Obama in South Carolina.
Of course.
And a lot of the young came out.
Doesn't matter if it's American Idol, what they're voting on.
He got 24% of the white. He got a chunk of the white women though, which was surprising. A lot of white women are starting to go over him now, which happens in life too.
The ones with big asses and bleached blonde hair.
They smoke Newports.
Yeah, they did. They did an exit poll. That's right. 80% of the women were fat blonde chick
coming out of the laundromat with a supermodel baby in their hand.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's see if
you ever seen those mixed babies? The black-white babies,
gorgeous.
They're instant supermodels.
Yeah.
They got like great skin color and big blue eyes,
curly, nappy, blonde, brown hair.
But no, it's very lightly like banana curls.
Yeah.
You can just make super. It doesn't matter how ugly the guy or the girl is, too.
He already has abs.
Just supermodel comes out.
He has chest. He look at his chest muscles and little shoulder muscles. Comes out with a tattoo.
It is all along racial lines.
But it's got
no
everybody.
one wants to think. Everyone wants to think this country has gotten so diverse that we're ready for a black president. It's not. This country is anything but diverse. We're so tense right now. It's like a rubber band. And just no one has the courage enough anymore to speak up on either side because you're afraid you're going to lose your job. Reverend Al's going to come out and condemn you for something stupid. It's ridiculous. Reverend Al, we've had enough.
He's on today. He was on today.
Because of the cop that was shot. Yeah, in White Plains.
Well, they're gonna be I didn't say that, Miss O'Reilly. They know what I did. I did.
Once again, he's outraged.
Oh, Jesus. They haven't even, the cop. They're already implying that we want to know if the cop identified himself as a cop.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he did, and they still shot him.
They shot him anyway.
You're already asking that question, really?
Yeah, for the rest of America, a cop got shot in White Plains and by
Black
another
cop.
cop. Right.
Yeah, by other cops.
What was happening?
Somebody stole a bucket of popcorn shrimp out of a Mount Vernon, whatever. I don't know. Who cares anymore? Honest to God. But I just love they were already asking that question. He might have identified himself as a cop, and they shot him anyway.
Shot him anyway. Why?
Why would someone want to throw their career away like that? Common sense, people, really.
Cops aren't just going to shoot another cop.
Why would you?
They're saying he didn't put his gun down when they asked him to.
Yes.
And
I kind of believe that.
What was he doing, though? Was he firing at somebody else?
He was breaking up a fight between a couple
of
homeless guys.
Yep.
That's why,
That's a homeless fight.
Why would you do that?
What else do they got?
Homeless go at it.
Fight.
Homeless fight.
It's got to be survival of the fittest.
The other thing, before we move on from politics, you got Ted Kennedy endorsing Obama, and you got Carolyn Kennedy, JFK's daughter there, also endorsing Obama.
Ah, that makes perfect sense.
Saying, she says that Obama reminds her of what she has heard her father was.
Really?
Yeah, well.
Wait.
Well.
No, Obama reminds her of her father's butler.
My God.
Oh, you man.
Nick DiPaolo, blogtalkradio.com/NickDip.
I like black people.
Reminds of how? How could she back that up with something?
Because Obama's getting the country excited, and
yeah, she certainly is. I've seen people really excited.
I heard that all the Kennedys are backing Obama except for Skakel. He's backing Hillary because he wants to cave her head in. We all know where this is going with the golf club.
With the golf club. After peeking at her in a tree, the creep.
As soon as I said Skakel on a woman, I could have just shut up, but I had to finish it.
Unbelievable. And then
Skakel.
Moving on to other things, you got the Super Bowl, obviously.
Yeah.
Nick, you a Pats fan? You're from Boston.
Yes, I am. And I'm 46 years old, so I sat through the lean days. I was actually at the Sullivan Stadium when it was crumbling.
Yeah.
And watched them when they were 2 and 12 every year, and so I've been enjoying the last decade. I'll tell you that much.
Do any Pat fans are they worried about the Giants at all?
I would be.
Yeah.
I would be.
Yeah.
It was the biggest deficit the Pats had in the game when they played the Giants, and Giants are playing well. It's 12.5 is ridiculous. If you don't take those points, I think seriously.
The Giants have nothing to lose, though. They're playing with house money. The Patriots, if they lose everything. A perfect season.
That's what's weird about it. I think it's so weird. They've actually put more pressure on themselves by going 18-0.
Right.
It's like, so all this is going to be for naught.
And it's New York, which if New York does win, it's almost the Yankees-Red Sox thing where that's going to somehow get mixed up to do it. Like 2004 is going to get erased for some reason.
No, come on. Let's not get silly here.
I just wanted to bring it up.
Slow down.
Let
me ask you this. Let's say the Pats do lose, right? Yeah. You're going to tell me they weren't the best team in football this year.
But they're not.
How do you figure?
Because they didn't win the Super Bowl.
They ended up I'm just saying.
One game.
They end up 18-1.
That's the game.
And the Giants end up 12 and whatever.
That's the game.
It's one game.
That's the game. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they put a big
so that means
name
the
on
Giants
it.
are the best team of football for the whole 2007 season.
That's Super Bowl.
They put a big name on it and everything, but it just amounts to these teams playing one game.
But it's everybody. You played all these teams all year long.
We know how it
played
works,
The best
stupid.
of the best.
We understand how it works.
I don't like when you
Wait,
yell
what
at
are
me
you
with your
talking
leg.
to?
Does the better record get to move on, Bob?
Listen, you just said the internet was actually a really good new thing. Shut up. Really picking up.
You make a point there, though. Even if they lost, they're still the better team.
They're 18-1, and the Giants ended up what? I don't know, 14-5 or whatever.
It just
Giants had a good record.
The Giants don't have as much pressure because they actually got there, beating Dallas in Dallas, beating Green Bay and Green. It's like
And Tampa
they
Bay.
already. But I mean, on the road, right?
But they beat the top teams in the division on the road. They won the last 10 games on the road. The road games.
I know, but it's the NFC. Okay, it's like the
true.
National League in baseball.
That's true.
You know, come on, we'll see.
But there's no way we're gonna lose. Tom Brady's just too good looking. He's got a bum.
Speaking of him being good looking, here in the Post today, I mean, they're doing a survey to figure out who's sexier.
this is the important
hands
part.
down.
It's on the front
Hands
page
down.
of the Post.
Front page, because there's nothing else going on in the world. You need this on the front page of your paper.
Who's super sexy?
Who's sexier? It looks like Tom Brady.
Kids
next
are being-
to Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Stupid Eli Manning.
Kids are being slaughtered in Darfur with hatchets, but I want to know who's better looking.
Yeah.
Tom Brady. Kids are chasing a water bug with a stick for lunch, but
Well, what do you guys? Well, what do you guys think? I don't know.
who's got a nicer ass? Eli Manning. What a
Tom Brady, hands it down. Eli's big nose and droopy eyes.
He's a big, awful jaw.
Oh, and he's got like a lisp.
He's like an Inspector Gadget jaw. He's kind of creepy looking, with a Down syndrome do. Inspector eats a gadget.
I hope he gets that look in his eye too, like he does when things are going bad.
God.
You know, like somebody just suck up. You know when you get hit in the face with a basketball by accident, you get that feels like your face is swollen for a second.
Yeah.
It's that look you get.
Hey, it's Andrea Pizer. Ugh,
Oh,
she's a douche. But she writes for the Post. I hate this
love
woman.
this show.
She's an old bag. Let's keep that in mind, because the first line in her column today is, "I want me." She goes. I want me some Eli.
Is she a cougar?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure the feelings are mutual, Andrea.
Right. When it comes to men, there's no competition. Eli Manning is New York's new super stud. And aw shucks, ma'am. Hottie with jug years, an infectious grin, and immaculate breeding to go along with his fast hands and field smarts.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Shut up, hag.
All the Mannings. First of all, the Mannings' bodies are distorted. His brother has T-Rex arms. He's got little baby T-Rex arms, and he's got this long torso. He's annoying.
Peyton?
He's awful. Watch him play. His arms are up by
Does have
his
shorter
tits.
arms than, right.
What are you doing? Showering with the family? How do you know all this?
Yeah, he knows that.
I compare quarterbacks to my Tom Brady. I'm very
Tom
jealous.
Brady in this picture looks like a model.
I know.
And stupid Eli is wearing Dockers with a Chess King belt and like an Izod shirt. What a nerd.
And the shirt's
What
tucked
page are
in.
you guys?
Tom
On
Brady
page
looks
eight
like
of the
his
Post.
Page
his figurine. Tom Brady's
We were making
body.
fun of this, and now all of a sudden they're going off on who's sexier.
Oh, Tom Brady, definitely. You ever
You're
see
actually entertaining
the
this.
back of his, not even his ass, the back of his leg, right below his bum, is gorgeous.
I never saw that.
I don't know what muscle that is, but he's got that great
You've got
muscle.
problems there,
I know.
Bobby.
I hope he has a port
Hamstring.
wine stain on his bag.
So they're discussing who's sexier in the Post today. That's just wonderful. Who gives a crap? We're heading toward a recession. Need to know who's sexier.
Yeah,
right?
the market's crashing. No one could sell a house.
Tom Brady.
And then in other
Chinese are taking over everything.
in other Super Bowl news, you got the Soprano guy, Joe. He went
gay guy?
He went gay, right? I can never say his last name.
He paid Joe. I know the guy. Joey G. I know.
Yeah.
What was his name in the show?
Vito Spatafore.
Vito.
And
Yeah.
He's
I
on
love
our
you,
show.
Johnny Cakes.
He's a nice guy, but he's doing some weird stuff to prepare for the Super Bowl. You want to find out here?
they actually showed the promo of him from The Sopranos, him coming up on the guy when he was in the pickup truck.
Oh, yeah, and Meadows' boyfriend saw it.
Yeah.
He goes, the biggest Giants fan ever, and then he just pops his head up like a little beaver.
That's funny.
That happened to me in high school.
Well, this is what he's doing today.
Joe Ganascoli may have gotten whacked on The Sopranos, but in real life, he's alive and...
May have gotten whacked on The Sopranos.
But he's alive and well. That's actually what he's about to say.
They gotta have these stupid tie-in...
I know.
Think it's entertaining and witty.
If it was a Jodie Foster story, would he have said, she may have gotten raped on a pool table?
On a pinball machine,
Whatever
right?
it was. Something fun that you play games with.
I did comedy at that place.
Did you really?
I swear to God.
Yeah,
It was like in New Bedford, right?
Yeah, that was a real
She
comedy
got
place.
all right, fun on the
That was
pinball
sexy.
machine.
A little denim skirt.
I was raped by the owners on the same machine. Got $50 for doing an hour and a half.
Here we go.
Joe Ganascoli may have gotten whacked on The Sopranos, but in real life, he's alive and well.
Really?
And
I thought he
painting
was
his
dead.
lawn?
Wow.
Why? Is this news?
He's painting his lawn.
Yeah.
He painted his dog blue. It was a little Shih Tzu.
Well, we get to find out why he painted his dog blue.
Or maybe he painted the guy that was holding the lantern the proper color.
I love you, Johnny Cakes.
Really? According to that music, he's still staying with that gay character.
Johnny Cakes.
Oh, there's wow, that's
He was actually-
non-story, huh?
Yeah.
That's
He was cooking. That was his whole thing. He's having a big party, and he's cooking for everybody. And he put all his weight back on from...
Did he really?
Oh, it's all back on. He was
They
cooking.
said he's alive and well, they said.
No, he's cooking.
Well,
he had chicken liver stains on his shirt the whole interview.
Did he?
I swear, big
He's a
grease
chef,
stain.
you know.
Yeah.
He had his own restaurants.
well, to keep it fair, we got a Boston sports guy talking about hating New York here as well.
Oh, boy, this rivalry's going to heat up.
Oh,
Who was it? Ted Kennedy?
Or more specifically, let's talk about New York. Here's your front page of the Post. Look at the headline. Who's afraid of Brady now? Girly man limps home. You flip inside, they've got the 10 reasons to hate the Patriots. Number 8, they have the lamest logo in the history of the NFL. Number 1, asterisk, etc. How much at this early stage in the Super Bowl hype do you hate New York already, Cosmo?
Well, you know, I had liked the Giants coming into the postseason, but I tell you, the annoyance of the New York media and just New York fans just throws that all out the window.
I'll agree with the media angle. They're right about the New York media.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fans are jumping. Like 5 weeks ago, you talked to a Giants fan that they hated the team. Eli's a jerk. And now all of a sudden, you guys think Eli's the best quarterback ever.
Well, you're a better fan. I like Tom Brady right behind his ass. That skin on his leg.
I'm a double-sided fan. I like two things about him. Oh, I'd kiss him so good. Ugh.
Can we clarify that's Bob Kelly talking?
Yeah, no problem.
I'd kiss him so good.
Our fans are used to it by now. Bob has to go home
He really is crazy.
every time he's on.
Like, as you were kissing him, if he tried to pull away, would you hold the head and just give him one more? Like one more?
No, but see, you're doing it like guy on guy kissing. I would slow, like,
No, I'm not. That's how
I would do like my bottom lip would slowly like connect to his lip. When I went to pull away, it would like still be connected, and then the little bit of saliva would just, and then I'd pull.
You've actually thought this out.
He really has.
And then when he would try to speak, I'd put my
speaking from
finger on his
memory.
bum chin, and I'd just be like, shh.
Dude, you're speaking from memory.
Oh.
You know that.
I met him. I told you I met him.
Oh, wonderful.
I met him, and I was just staring at
Met
him.
him. Sounds like you banged him.
I was in the locker room. Actually, Dane was actually in the locker room last week. He actually took a knee with the Patriots as they said their prayer.
Well, they're all Dane fans.
Wait a minute. Last week, what, during practice?
No, 2 weeks ago when they won against the
Yeah,
Chargers.
I was going to say, terrific. He's in a...
No one's there.
He took a knee with the team. I would have.
So what? Carrot Top's going to do it with the Giants.
Here's more from the Boston fan.
And, you know, looking at it from their perspective, the inevitability of what's coming here, an embarrassing defeat in the biggest game of the season, it's going to be tough to live with, and that's the inevitability they face, an absolute defeat in the Super Bowl. So, yes, I'm extremely annoyed because I hate New York fans, and I'm fed up with the New York media already after just 2 days after the playoff.
It's going to be a blowout. Pats are going to just blow them out.
Do you think so?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think so.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
weird, really. I don't know. I can't.
Eli's been there, what?
That's the thing right there.
Brady's been there, what, 3-4 times?
Yeah,
How many?
Three times. He's won
times?
3, and he's been MVP.
Eli decided to start playing football 6 weeks ago. Stop.
They just got to go for that foot.
Yeah, but
That's
they
what
got
they got
foot thing on
to
his
do.
foot.
They got to start twisting that ankle around.
He's
just
great,
dive
man.
for it.
He's a great player, but I don't think they're going to blow him out.
I say
Nah, it's going to
not
be a
even
really close game. It's going to be a field goal.
No.
Yeah.
I say I would be about 7 or 8.
No way.
Points.
No way. I mean, the Giants are going to come out and hammer us. You got to forget our defense. He had a stroke. Brewski had a stroke.
And he's playing like he had a stroke.
Yeah, these guys are like
start
50.
tackling people.
You get Seau retired. You know, they're old men. Vrabel, they're all old guys.
Seau played with Red Grange. 1966, they were drafted the same.
I'm with you.
Seau had a leather helmet.
All right, just a little bit more from this guy, and then we'll.
Who is this guy, Ope, anyway?
Just some Boston sports guy on TV up there.
Nobody.
On Fox. I don't even know.
No one knows. No one cares.
We all hate New York fans, Peter, but already they've ratcheted it up a notch. I mean, where is your hate quotient at this stage?
Well, you know, I lived in New York for several years. You got to understand that if New Yorkers are ungracious and obnoxious in victory, they're even more obnoxious in defeat. Listen, this is going to be one, as Mitt Romney might say, one heck of a game. You've got a team that has the sort of momentum
got a great
that the
joke, too,
Patriots once had, and then you have the Patriots in a world championship position. I mean, this is truly, to use a cliche, a clash of the Titans.
Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, wow.
Hey, boys, it's all yours.
Take it.
I hate. That's every member of my family.
I lived in New York for a while. Shut up.
Oh, that accent's awful.
It's like, first of all, who cares? Secondly, don't start bashing New York fans because Boston fans, for years, no matter where you went, you had to listen to Yankees suck chants everywhere. If more than 2 people got together in church, you'd hear Yankees suck, Yankees suck. So who's more obnoxious in defeat? I'd say Boston fans. Absolutely Boston fans.
We're just not used to it here.
Let's say hi.
Yeah, we're used to winning. Sorry. So we weren't very gracious when we choked like... I don't even like bringing it up, but...
Worst choke ever.
Worst choke ever. I'll completely agree with it.
That is the worst choke ever.
They even achieved that.
I don't
It's
think
not even
of
a close second.
I don't think of it as a choke. I just think of it as a great comeback by the Red Sox.
It was both. It was the best comeback ever and the biggest
shut
comeback.
up.
The greatest choke in sports
It was a
history.
choke.
Let's go to Tony in Jersey. Tony.
Gonna give you any...
Hey.
Hey, guys, I want to know what your picks are. I got to place my bet.
I'm going Pats all the way because I'm a Jets fan, which is pissing off my brothers out of nowhere because, you know, the whole asterisk thing. I'm like, I've never liked the Giants. So why am I jumping on their bandwagon? Plus, we have a little connection to Boston, and I want to see the Pats go all the way, undefeated, right through the Super Bowl.
I take the Giants by 4 safeties.
Safety.
Yes, it's going to be a 10-2 victory. 5 safeties total, but the Giants will win by 4 safeties. 10-2 will be the final score.
Right.
That's right.
Bank on it, 10-2.
That's right. It's going to be a weird weather situation.
If that happens,
in Arizona.
man.
Yeah, it's going to rain tampons all over the field. Everyone's going to slip.
Let's say hi to Alice. Alice, we're heading toward a break, but what do you got?
Hi, I have a question for Howard. My husband has been listening to you for years. He tells me that you're OCD.
All right, wait.
Oh, no, okay. We didn't hear the question.
Whoa. There was too much. We were laughing at something that was just said. What'd you say, Alice?
No, my husband has been listening to you for years and tells me...
To who?
Howard.
Okay. Yeah, how are you doing, Alice?
Hi. So I recently have come to realize that I am too OCD. I just want to know, how do you manage this? Therapy and drugs, or is therapy enough?
Actually, banging young broads. That right, Robin? Oh, Howard. How'd you get this number, Alice?
I called your 212 number, and it said to call this number.
Would you get a vibrator out and, take care of yourself right now?
Now, I had a real question. So, I wanted a real answer.
How do I deal with OCD?
Yeah.
What kind of OCD do you have?
I don't really
Alice.
know.
Sounds like Allison.
Alice. No, sorry, I don't want to bring back any bad memories. No, I just repeat things over and over, or do things over and over, or check things.
It's called being a woman.
Well, that I can't change.
You're stuck in a time machine with this OCD, I think. Have you been listening to the show like last week and all that?
No, I didn't, but my husband did.
Yeah. What did he like about the show last week?
He didn't tell me what he liked, but he's been a fan of yours for years.
Well, madam, you've had this problem for a long time. Is it hurting you?
Now it's starting to affect my life.
Good.
Good.
What kind of OCD do you have?
That's not funny, Artie.
What kind of OCD do you have?
I'm not really sure. I've been trying to find out. I'm just starting to go for therapy.
Well, do you do, what kind of things would you do over and over, if you don't mind me?
Go
ahead.
I'll ask the same thing over and over, or...
Oh, you're just stupid.
So it's just the age thing.
It's a what?
How old are you?
45.
Oh, you're an old broad.
But younger than you.
That's true. I'm 59 years old now. I'm dating an 18-year-old. I look ridiculous.
Anyway,
I take care of my OCD. Let me tell you, Alice, and you could do the same thing. I hop on a helicopter on the weekend and go out to the Hamptons and hobnob with rich people. So just do that, and it'll cure everything. I get a $500 million contracts from companies that are ready to fold. Did that help, Alice? Allison.
Alice.
She hung up.
She'll keep hanging up.
Yeah, she'll just keep hanging up over and over.
Make sure it's hung up. Is it hung up yet?
God. Wow. It's amazing how much I hate Alice.
Yeah. Why do we even bother? There are
great.
people out there that think he's still on this radio station.
It's very interesting.
It's been 2.5 years. My God.
It's been a while.
Alice is not the target demo.
No.
Then again, she'll keep buying the same thing over and over. The advertisers never.
Right.
Stupid horse.
Speaking of advertisers. All right, listen, Nick DiPaolo is doing blogtalkradio.com/NickDip today at 4.
That's right, baby.
Nick does good radio, really good radio.
Thank you, Opie.
He was starting to blow up, and then the station blew up, and that was very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Timing in life is everything, you know.
We'll try to get you a little time on XM.
Yeah, that would be nice. I would love to curse.
We'll try to get that. Bob does a little time on XM every once in a while.
It's not very good. It's not good at all. Use somebody else as an example. Use that big black guy.
Patrice?
Yeah, that guy.
All right, Patrice does a little time on XM and has fun with it. So
Yeah, but he's got diabetes. He ain't got one.
Diabetes.
I said to Patrice, you get diabetes. I go, how do you know if you're black you get diabetes when your feet start to rot? How can you just...
When you pee like honey.
He found it funny. He thought that was the funniest thing I ever said.
Did you guys see Mickey Rooney's ears last night on the SAG Awards?
Why would
No, I was studying Tom Brady's ass. Sorry, Bob.
Listen to me.
You sure?
He has. I've never noticed this in my life. He has one ear looks like Jimmy's little ear, and the other one looks like Colin's elephant ear. He has two different size ears.
Colin's ears.
You ever see Colin's earlobe? The lobe itself looks like a plate's been hanging from it. He has two different size ears. One is just this little kid ear, and the other one is just this huge lobe.
Can you get a picture of that ear?
Oh,
he's gotten hit a few times in his career. All right, we'll get that picture, and we'll check it out after the break. All right. Oh, and Nick, Mandalay Bay in Vegas this weekend?
Yeah, Friday night.
Friday night.
I'm there, yes.
With Artie Lang, right?
With Arthur Lang, yes.
That would be a fine show to check out.
It'll be fun.
Okay.
It always is.
Opie and Anthony.
Boom.
Opie, Anthony, Bob Kelly, Jim Norton, and Nick DiPaolo in studio. The show flew by, man. Just fooling around.
Fooling around crap.
Yeah. E-Rock during the break showed some animation. E-Rock, which one was that?
I thought you meant himself. He showed some animation. Finally, he moved. Lump.
It's the new one from Coke Logic. It's called Tank.
My Tank character. Cool. Is now animated. Where's this going? ONARadio.com or?
This one's up on iTunes.
iTunes. Nice. We got free downloads on iTunes, Nick.
My show's going to be, if you go to my MySpace, you can download
your radio
show.
Very, very cool.
And then,
But Coke Logic has animated Tank, my character. Like every morning show has to have like a Tank character.
Oh, is that right?
And he just lives and breathes sports. And he's hung over every morning as he's talking about what he did last night.
And it always involves, going out and drinking and watching 20 different games on the big screens at the sports bar.
He's well informed, but he
knows every stat.
But he's also just a raging alcoholic. He comes to work with some kind of sports uniform or jersey on every morning.
His wife's got a chipped tooth and a black eye every Monday.
Right.
Because the Pats didn't cover.
All right, so that's up on iTunes. That's very cool, and that's free. That's a free download, so we're not asking you to buy anything. Just check out the animations from Coke Logic.
Great job, man, by Coke.
Oh my God, yeah, Tank is alive and well now. Look at that. That's what he looks like. He looks creepy.
Guy's a fan from Chicago. I think he's in Chicago.
I believe so. Yeah.
Who does these animations? He's unbelievable.
They're really funny. The bits come to life with his animation. And then I was feeling good about my sports curse, Anthony.
Yeah.
Because I've been going with the Pats since I think week 3 or something like that. Week 3 or 4. I've been on the Pats bandwagon. And I got this weird sports curse, Nick. Strange. I have not picked a winner in a really long time. And with this whole Pats thing, I'm thinking it's got to be done, right? Someone's been keeping track. Do you know that since I've been saying go Pats go on week 3 or 4, somewhere around there? Actually, this guy, whatever. The Patriots are 1-8 against the spread. 1-8 against the spread, according to Wally Digital from Harrison.
That sounds about right, because the first half they were destroying people. The first half of the season they were killing people.
Yeah.
And then they were eking by for the last month and a half, it seemed like. So that sounds about right.
So since I've been screaming go Pats go, they're not covering the spread. So the sports curse kind of continues, I guess.
For the people that are betting, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So that's a little tidbit there. Hey, we got a woman that tried to hire a hitman on Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Yeah,
you get anything there, I guess.
Good place if you want to kind of slip it under the door.
Yeah. Be quiet about it.
Post it on the net. Idiot.
What's the matter? Are they busy on ABC?
This is the story right here.
A Michigan woman is being held behind bars today. Police say that she used the popular site Craigslist to find someone willing to kill the wife of a California man she was having an affair with online. 49-year-old Anne-Marie Linscott offered $5,000 for a, quote, silent assassin. She even gave the name and work address of the woman she wanted dead.
Wow,
We're still concerned for her safety because of the posting on the internet, and that there could be other people out there that might take that offer up. Anytime you put this type of a solicitation out on the internet, you don't know what kind of person is going to respond.
All right, well, Linscott is now awaiting extradition to California.
What a dumb bitch.
$5.
She put the address. What, you think someone was just going to kill the lady and then bill her?
Yeah, and then come by and go, excuse me.
Invoice?
Got a past due notice.
Yeah, with a scalp in it. You owe me for this, madam.
I whacked your husband 3 weeks ago. Where's my...
Yeah, some people, I guess they think that's a viable place to go to.
These dummies
the
that
internet.
get in trouble on Craigslist, man, they're going to wind up shutting it down.
Got depressed you got.
A lot of us rely on Craigslist. You're both married. Some of us aren't.
You'd be surprised. I'm on there every night.
Looking for furniture, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you get on there, Jimmy? Anything good?
No, not
Besides
lately.
AIDS, what do you got?
No, I mean, is that, yeah. Good case of the AIDS. What do they have on there?
Everything. Rooms to rent. I mean, literally, you can buy places. It literally is everything you could want.
And then broads, are they all hookers? And
a lot of them are, sure.
Yeah.
There are legitimate massage people into therapeutic. I'm doing a book, and I needed some research done, so I put an ad on Craig's for actual legitimate research, and I got contacted from someone who does research for me now.
Really?
What's the book about?
Yes.
Getting fingers in your butt?
Oh, Bob.
Oh, Bob, don't be so
Bobby.
Sorry. I forgot
Yeah, you're going to write the forward.
No, it's not. It's just a book.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you want to say right now?
Can you say what it's called, Jimmy? What's the title?
It's called Why I Hate Your Guts.
Aw.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
So it's about your mom.
Yes.
And who do you hate? Yourself?
Well, that should be first on the list, shouldn't it? I have a bunch of people.
It should be the first chapter.
Yeah, maybe.
Do tell.
Or the final chapter. You know, you close it strong.
It's a tell-all. It's a tell nothing.
Yes, exactly. I'm saying mean stuff about people. There's a shock. Predictable idiot. Should write a nice book.
Can I ask you, Jimmy, when you write, though, every night? What do you do? Go to the library during the day? How's it? Seriously.
I'm awful, dude.
Yeah, really?
How do you do it? Because I'm thinking about it.
I haven't written in 3 weeks. I'm great at writing. Like the first one I did was a blog, so it was kind of cumulative.
Oh, don't tell me internet's involved again.
No, only in the
Christ.
first one. And I turned it into a book, and then I wrote more stuff in the book. This is one that they just started from scratch, and I got some stuff written, but it's hard, man. Like, I don't write until I feel creative.
You don't like rent a cabin up in Vermont for 3 weeks like they used to, and drink whiskey and hallucinate.
No, I'm not regimented, man. I wish I was. I wish guys. Some people can get up and write every day, and they say you should. You should just do it every day, and good stuff will eventually show up. A lot of crap, but
yeah, who's got time for that?
Exactly, especially when you have a sex addiction you're fighting. Torturing yourself online.
I got that under control, though.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I went to bed at 3 last night. I woke up at 4:30, wide awake, and I just laid in bed for an hour, hating myself.
That's better than what you used to do.
Yeah. An hour's sleep.
Waking up on the bathroom floor hating yourself.
It's true.
I told Jimmy's the only guy when the doctor asks for a urine sample, he brings in his pillowcase.
How's it going with the girl there?
She's away, but we're getting along better now, man. We are getting along. We'll see. Who knows? It's depressing. I'm incapable of a relationship, but I have therapy again Wednesday, which has been very helpful.
Yeah.
Has it been helping you?
Yeah, who knows?
The relationship, has it been helping that?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, when they're all loaded for bear, I'm like, oh, I'm going to really nail this bitch. And the therapist's like, all right, well, that wasn't too nice, but then back to you. And she just smashes me. I'm like,
They always go back to you. You go on a nice rant, you think they're going to be like, yeah,
well, they'll
you're
agree
right.
with part of what you say when someone's wrong. Like, oh, yeah, that person was wrong. But that's more about you being a baby who needs to be right.
Oh, God.
But they're right, too.
Opie, look at Opie. He doesn't want to change. He's old school man.
No, I understand. I probably need to talk to someone, but no. Nick, would you talk to someone? Have you talked to someone? Jimmy's brought a lot of this therapy stuff to the show, and he's trying to get both of us and I to start talking to somebody.
I went to a therapist for a little while, but
did it
I
help?
don't think she was legit because it was a happy ending. I just when I was living in L.A., I was talking to myself.
Right.
I was so lonely and just nuts. I'm not kidding you, I was having arguments with agents I didn't even have, like in the shower. My wife heard me yelling in there. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
Oh, wow.
So I was seeing some shrink in Santa Monica for a little while.
You really thought you were having these conversations?
I was talking out loud to myself to the point where other people start hearing you. Then you're like,
I know, I've done it. But
that's LA,
I'm in the
though.
shower like, dude, you can't. I yell at
You're
people
rehearsing
all the time.
your
I rehearse it all the
speeches?
time.
Worst.
I rehearse arguments that I'm never going to have with anybody.
Of course
really?
you do.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I noticed about Bob. Bob will do this. You'll start talking about something. He'll go, dude. And the way he talks, you know that there's no room for interjection because he's practiced so many times alone.
But I have both sides of the story.
Of course you do. Because Bob just wants people to respect his intellect. He just wants people to go, God damn it, Bob, I didn't think of that. But no one's ever said that except for technologically where Bob is fairly brilliant. Which,
Yeah, technologically.
Yeah, you are. You're great with that stuff. You have a gift. But anything else, it's just,
Yeah, politics,
just
friends,
tell a joke.
sociable.
how hard is that stuff? Hip hop artists can do it. Come on, with those gadgets.
I kind of get what you're saying in a roundabout way. Can't wait till we get on XM.
All right, well.
You should go to therapy.
Dude, Obama's not going to win because the country. Oh, he's had that conversation. Just his stupid, awful Donald Pleasant's body just standing there naked in the shower.
Who's Donald Pleasant? I don't even know that
he was
reference.
he was he's the president in Escape from New York. You are the Duke of New York. You're a number one. Oh, missing finger. That bad 80s guy got it. Brain. Remember the bad guy and with the stupid blown out fruity hair and Escape from New York?
What the hell are you guys talking about?
It was in Halloween.
I'm still using a rotary phone.
I was going to say Halloween. That's
Rotary
where most know him. All right, hey, we can end this side of the show with this here.
An Iowa man got quite an eyeful when he came home from walking his dog. He found a man in the buff in his bathroom.
Barack.
I said, there's a guy in my house that I don't know, naked. And I said, you got to get here fast. As soon as I saw he didn't have any clothes on, I felt pretty confident. He didn't have a weapon or anything.
He knew he didn't have a weapon, didn't see it. All right, well, the homeowner called 911. Police arrested that naked guy for an outstanding warrant. Hopefully they gave him some clothes.
Maybe it was
and
a concealed weapon.
He was said to be incoherent and possibly.
Oh, I hate the news more than
atrocious.
More than
I think you caught it.
I think you caught it.
I think I caught that
I think
one.
you got it.
I think Nick's with us. Do you just hate the news at this point? We were watching the news today. They're doing jumping jacks on Channel 5, and they're doing some kind of like battle of the network stars on Channel 11 for, I don't know, I don't even think it was for Super Bowl tickets, but some kind of like football gauntlet that they had some of their viewers doing.
Ooh.
This is like, I mean, do you notice TV is like for women from like 6 in the morning till about, I don't know, 10 at night, and then you might, what?
Yeah, because of our hours, I find myself watching The View and all this other stuff because it's the only stuff on. And you want to, when you're in your apartment, you kind of want the TV on, and you realize, wow, you're right. There's nothing for guys to watch during the day.
And they're coming out more of these now. I don't know that I watch network primetime shows, but like Cashmere Mafia and what's the other one?
Lipstick Jungle.
Yeah, well, Bob was right on that one.
Excuse me.
Maybe because
I think that's it.
Men are watching The Sopranos, The Wire. I mean, maybe they understand they can't compete in like an alpha male, quote unquote, like mindset on network TV anymore. They just can't, because stuff like You and Rescue Me is on. There's nothing networks can do. Maybe Lost, which is a great show, but most of them can't compete, and they know it, so they just went the other way.
And when they try, they get caught. Like the FCC's finding what NYPD Blue. $4 million.
I love that story.
It's a 5-year
from 5 years ago.
5
showing
years
a girl's
ago.
ass, right?
Yeah,
they showed a girl's ass. And ABC's argument and the lawsuit is an ass isn't a sexual organ. Yeah, tell it to Clay Aiken. An ass isn't a sexual organ.
But it happened 5 years ago.
Yeah, but it was a really ugly ass.
Right.
Yeah, that was a woman's ass. Remember Dennis France showed his? That was the big.
Yeah.
That could
was
have
like
been
the
a
big
lawsuit.
ass turning point.
I would understand a lawsuit there. It could traumatize your kid.
Who the hell wants to see it?
The fact that the FCC is finding them, it's amazing how the FCC is just driving people away from certain entertainment venues.
Mm-hmm.
They're horrendous.
Yeah.
Just irrelevant.
Yep.
Irrelevant, not representing anybody but a small, despicable religious constituency.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be the ones that represent, like, the majority of the people. The people that, it's supposed to be, if you say something, and even in a certain area, like New York's rules are supposed to be different than the South's rules and the Midwest, but we're all under this set of just far-right religious crap.
Which doesn't mirror society whatsoever. I was in a bookstore yesterday.
Not at all.
There's I think it's a bestseller or something. It was in the bestseller section. Some book on just average people getting kinkier and kinkier with their sex. Like just normal housewives and just normal, just run-of-the-mill couples are going to, where Patrice goes. Oh my God, swinger clubs,
McDonald's.
Yeah, my stammer gave you a great setup there. I'm sure. I'm glad I could help. No, that they're going to swingers clubs and they're getting sex toys and they're getting really freaky and kinky in the bedroom, and it's not this little thing anymore. That it's hit the mainstream. And then you got the FCC thinking that we as a society can't handle a woman's ass on TV. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, in other countries, I mean, you Google commercials in other countries. They have a girl going down on a guy, but she's going down actually on the stick shift of the car,
right.
And she's deep throating the stick shift.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It's hilarious.
You never get away with that.
I was looking at that car for my wife.
Wanted to give her an idea, right, Nick? I got you. I'm with you.
Sick of seeing her biting the emergency brake.
Nick DiPaolo, it was a pleasure, man. It's blogtalkradio.com/NickDip. Today at 4.
Today at 4. So you folks who used to listen to me here at 92.3 and everybody else, please tune in.
And
it's a big day for me.
And even if you don't check out the show, email the Bakers at bakerradio.com and say, wow, this Nick, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, they're big, and they're funny, too. They're a wacky couple.
And they do a blog, too? Blog radio?
Yeah, they get their own show. Theirs is actually on video, and it's pretty good, actually. They've been good to me, so.
And then you're going to be at Mandalay Bay. We are on in Vegas, so this weekend with Artie Lang.
Yeah, Friday night, Mandalay Bay, me and Artie Lang and Joe Matarese.
Very cool. And you'll come back and see us soon, right?
I would love to come back, guys. It's been about 12 years.
And let me give a quick hit for, don't forget Chuck Liddell's book is now out. It's called My Fighting Life. It's actually really good. He's signing today at 1 o'clock in New York at Borders, I think, on Broadway. Is that correct? And he is signing tonight at 7 o'clock at Bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey. And then tomorrow night, 6:30 in...
Virgin
Mega
Megastore.
Am I off by one day? I suck.
It was close.
Wednesday is Virgin Megastore at 6:30, I think. It's going to be a long line, so get there early. I don't have the paper in front of me, obviously.
Yeah, we threw it away.
So I'll do it
We're
over
cleaning
next
up so we could get over to the other joint.
Oh, Opie, I don't know what happened. I
That's
fumbled.
the ass that... Wow. They showed that on TV?
What?
Can you put that on ONARadio.com? That's what the... Wow. That was on ABC? I think it should be on ABC, but I'm amazed they took a chance like that. I thought it was just a quick glimpse.
Oh, jeez.
That's the scene?
What the hell? They should have got an Emmy or something.
And they show a little kid seeing her.
It wasn't pixelated or anything?
No.
Wow. I thought it was like just a quick, like...
I did too.
What's wrong with ABC? Isn't that Disney too? They should be... Nah, just kidding.
You know what?
Bob, you got anything?
That was unnecessary, the way they showed it. That was pandering. I'll say that. It was. There was no need for it. It didn't help anything.
Right.
Great.
Didn't help anything. Talking to some 80-year-old guy watching.
It was absolutely pandering because it's a little kid checking out a naked woman and just obviously losing his mind over the whole thing. All right.
I'm sorry. IcemanMMA.com because I screwed up. So that's Chuck's website.
I'm going to be at the. I'm coming back to Boston Wednesday. Start Wednesday at the Comedy Connection, Rhode Island, and then I'll be in Boston through the weekend at the Comedy Connection. 617-248-9700 if you want tickets.
You're going to be up there for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'll be there this week. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
I'm going to be actually in Arizona for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, my best friend in the world is going to be at the Super Bowl.
I'm going to miss the game. I got to go to a wedding shower.
I'm going to be watching the Super Bowl with my 97-year-old grandfather. That should be exciting.
Who's your best friend?
Dane Cook will be at the Super Bowl sitting with Kraft, and I didn't get invited or a ticket.
I'm your best friend. Say that my boss will be at the Super Bowl. Say that.
My boss will be at the Super Bowl.
He's Jessica Tandy, and you're Morgan Freeman.
Aw.
This is a Driving Miss Daisy reference, right?
I know. I want to spell it out. I should have just said that. I got to clever it up.
Bill Blumenreich's places, right?
Bobby, we're not selling out. We need to sell more tickets. Can you call Opie? Oh, God.
I stayed at the guy's house. I actually stayed at I did too. I stayed at his house with Artie, and he still won't pay me what I want. I don't even work there.
That sick penthouse.
You don't work
I like him. He's a nice guy, but Jesus.
I like Bill.
He's a real nice guy. He haggles over $60 for a room. He's fantastic.
Exactly.
He's a real sweetie. All the free mentions on this show, just in conversation how great the club is, and he broke my balls over $60. $60.
Yeah.
What was that about?
I don't
What
know.
a cheapo.
You want me? I won't spell it out.
$60.
Spell it out. J.
Gaza Strip. West Bank.
As he drives away in his Maybach.
I could see if I was making a big to-do of nothing. 60.
I think he drives, $250,000 cars, and he's haggling over 60. Bill, what are you doing?
Penthouse at the Ritz.
Yeah.
Call Jimmy and get my $60 off him. I need to pay the valet.
I get a suite when I work the road. Not a Four-Season suite, but he crossed it out in the contract and put regular room. Why?
He's got like a Bentley.
No, it's a Maybach. It's the highest Mercedes. The top
and
of
the license plate says like Comedy 1.
Can
you imagine? Oh my God!
Look at Nick.
The club is great. The club is a great club. It's one of the best clubs in the country.
Absolutely. I remember back in '78, I saw it through the window.
Well, they have you do.
Looks like a delicious place to play. I'd like to get in there someday.
Nick, you're perfect for the show. I don't know why I don't know.
I think I was your first guest. Do you guys remember you were in New York about a week?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
We were petrified to do New York radio, and Nick came in. I do remember that.
Yeah.
He just moved back from L.A.,
I must have
believe.
pissed you off because I haven't been...
This the first time? Jesus.
That's why he said the first time in 12 years. I heard that. I was like...
Oh, we suck.
I'm like, well, maybe...
No, then you guys took off, and then, and then Howard
reason.
stepped up, and I tried to, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's all good.
But then I see people doing both shows. I'm like, what am I doing?
And there's a couple of years that this show wasn't on.
Remember that?
Those are called the Depression years.
Yeah.
the lean years.
Oh, we're still on the radio? I thought we were just hanging out talking.
Get the hell out of here.
Our rage music ended and everything.
We got to go to XM.
Yeah, we're off to XM Satellite Radio.
Thank you, Nick. Thanks, Chuck Liddell. Bob, you're always here.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
I'll talk soon.
And that's it? That's how we end today? All right.